Guess what? You got a silent partner in your 401k and you didn't even know it. And that person's name is Uncle Sam. For my Latinos, Tio Samuel. So, how on earth do we have a silent partner in our 401k? No one shows up on the statements. No one shows up when we go online and pull up our 401k. It just shows our name. Where on earth is this silent partner? In most cases, when you open up a business with somebody, let's say, and you choose to have a partner, let's say you go 50-50 on the rent of the location, 50-50 on the materials or whatever you need to sell, you know you have a partner. Well, you have one on your traditional 401k, and that person's name is Uncle Sam. When you're contributing to a 401k, okay, a traditional 401k is called a qualified retirement account. Qualified. What on earth is qualified? Well, qualified means it equals pre-tax. Qualified equals pre-tax. Well, what is pre-tax? Well, pre-tax means that money has not been taxed yet. Wait a second. So if I contribute to a 401k $1, okay, how on earth has that money not been taxed yet? Well, when you contributed to that traditional 401k, you get to deduct your contribution on your taxes that year. So essentially, it has not been taxed yet. So what does that mean? So as I collect and grow my 401k, all of that money is pre-tax? Yes. So we're going back real quick. A traditional 401k is a qualified retirement account, and a qualified retirement account means it's pre-tax, and pre-tax means the moment you withdraw from it, you're going to pay taxes. Now, why is that important, and how is Tio Samuel and Uncle Sam involved? This is the last thing I'm going to leave you with. Let's say you have accumulated $500,000 in your 401k, okay? Whether it be way down the road or you might be there now. When you start withdrawing from that 401k, that money, that is going to be taken into account as income. How do we pay taxes on income? Well, you're going to pay it at the state level and at the federal level. So you pay state income tax and federal income tax. Obviously, it depends on what state you're in, but federal, we all pay federal. What I would prompt you to do, and this is my last little 2 cents, I'm not discouraging, encouraging, I'm just shedding light, because I've had a lot of people ask me, and a lot of people are not familiar with the 401k, and that's entirely okay, guys. We're not taught this stuff. You know, if you're an engineer, you've been learning engineering and that's your specialty, you're not taught necessarily on how a 401k or retirement account works. If you're a doctor, that's what you've been focusing on. What happens is when we get hired, they say, hey, we've got excellent benefits here. We've got a really good retirement account. And all the senior people say, open up a 401k, this is what we should do. Well, you need to just get familiar with it. So here are the 2 things I'm going to leave you with. Number 1, get familiar with the franchise tax board. Look up California state income taxes. Look up what your tables are, your tax tables, and do it on the federal level as well. If you're not in California, look up your state income taxes and look up your federal income. Get familiar with, based on what you earn, how much you're going to pay in taxes. And the second thing, I encourage you guys to look into Roth 401ks, ROTH. I encourage you guys to look into traditional 401ks. I encourage you to get a little bit more informed. So the next time it's time to contribute to your 401k, or the next time you have a question on it, you're a little bit more informed on it. That's the only thing I wanted to shed light on. And when I say a silent partner, I'm joking about it, but the reality is that when we withdraw from our 401k, there are taxes that are owed. And you want to check with your CPA, but I'll tell you one thing. When I've had some people tell me, look, I've got 100,000, I've got 500,000, I've got $1 million in a 401k. The answer is you do not. The answer is you do not, because when you withdraw that $1 million, net is not $1 million. Your net is significantly less because you're going to pay state income and you're going to pay federal. This is not a rag on Tio Samuel, Uncle Sam. This is simply, it is what it is. So $1 million in a 401k, ask your CPA, hey, if I were to withdraw this, how much do I actually get to keep? And that CPA may tell you, you know what, instead of taking it all out in 1 year, Why don't you break it up into multiple years? That's what you want to have a friendly CPA to call and ask him those questions. That's it. I'm done. I'm going to talk more about this later. But thank you guys for tuning in. And if you want to hear more about certain topics, leave a comment. Give us a like. Don't take it out on me about Uncle Sam, okay? Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.